be prepared for the chaos or something like that, because you're meant to like mess around on it and break stuff, and it's not meant to be like the same as Polkadot, which is meant to be this fully fleshed out system. And it's meant to be chaotic, it's meant to be crazy. And Yayoi Kusama, the Japanese artist known for dots, also kind of went crazy a little bit and checked herself into a mental institution. I'm not sure how long back, but a while back. So the references there are pretty cool.
No, 100%. That's so interesting. Only a true genius would think of something like this.
Yeah, for sure.
So quickly switching topics to the projects that you're on. So you mentored quite a few projects. Do you mind expanding on some of these projects, what you do, what you're a mentor for, what people consult you for? What is it like?
Yeah, sure. So I tend to be a mentor for like incubators or accelerators. So currently work with LongHash, with Entrepreneur First, and a couple others. And generally what you kind of do is you help their cohorts of accelerate, like startups, which are looking for feedback on any number of things, from their presentations to their business model to help to raise funding. Since I've been involved in a lot of that stuff for a while, I'm able to kind of plug in, give them some feedback, help them with their pitch, help them with their presentation, and then potentially introduce them to some investors. So it's a pretty fairly easy process. It's not a super big time commitment. I'm not paid for it, obviously. Some of the value added things that I'm able to do with that is, if I do like a company, I'm able to invest in it personally, kind of at a discounted rate on the seed round. So I haven't done that to date yet, to be completely honest. I'm investing in my own companies at the moment. So yeah, it is a cool process. I've always enjoyed kind of, hearing about these interesting projects and being involved in the tech space, and to a certain degree giving back a little bit. So it's just a side thing that I kind of like.
That's very, very interesting, John. And I think this kind of pushes us into the last question of the call.
Mm-hmm.
What piece of advice would you give to our listeners out there from the journey you've had thus far in life?
Oof, that's a big question. So in terms of what I'd say for my journey is, sometimes you just got to go for it. I think a lot of the things that I have done in my life, I had no idea what was actually ahead. Whether it was like, what's it going to be like moving to China? I had no clue. Obviously, I never even stepped foot in Asia before I moved there. What's it going to be like working, for a Chinese company? No clue. Even what's it going to be like moving to, Spain back in the day? It was always I just kind of followed my own path. I think did it a little bit different. Didn't know what I was doing when I got into the blockchain startup when I moved down to Hong Kong in my first kind of true entrepreneurial experience. Zero clue. Ended up blowing up in my face to a certain degree, but you live and you learn. As I think I said a couple of times on this call, and you come out stronger from your failures than I think you do from your successes. So yeah, sometimes you just got to go for it and, follow your own path, be true to yourself, and always, find things that you are truly passionate about doing. I mean, I love my job, and I love the people that I work with, and I love the things that I do, because every day is challenging, every day is unique. I get to take responsibility for things. I get to build stuff, and I get to, interact and meet with a lot of different interesting people. So, if I can give any piece of advice, it would just be, follow what you truly like. Maybe it's not about the money in the beginning, for sure. When I was working at the bank, I think I was getting paid less than my friends who were English teachers in Shanghai, which, you're working in investment banking and you get paid less than like a kid out of college who has no reason to be teaching English, because all they all are is some guy from America who's never taught an English class in his life, but he's making double what you make. Whereas I have 2 master's degrees and I'm working in an investment bank. So that was just like, what the heck? But it's definitely not about the money. That'll come and it'll go. But just keep pushing on, keep doing things that you like, and I think eventually, you'll find something that works for you on all fronts.
Very true, right? I can't agree more with that, right? Money comes and goes, but knowledge, sticks around forever.
100%.
So, John, if people are interested in contacting you, or getting in touch with you, what would be the best point of contact?
Yeah, sure. So I think LinkedIn is probably my favorite social media, and definitely my most developed one as well. So hit me up on LinkedIn, John Patrick Mullin. If you listen to this podcast, make sure to mention that as well. I'm pretty responsive on that for the most part, although I get a lot of messages there. But yeah, LinkedIn's definitely the way to go. I didn't really talk too much about my LinkedIn experience, but maybe that's for another topic, another time.
John, it was a pleasure having you on Geeks in the Valley, and thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks so much for having me, Kunal. Have a good one.